morning, everybody. Welcome to Near Mid Condition, a channel where you could be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. This is your host, the Uncanny Omar. Yay!
Happy Batman Day, everybody.
And I'm Astonishing Melanie.
Happy Batman Day. Happy Batman Year 2 Day. What's going on? Hopefully everybody was having a good Saturday. Then you're going to have a great Saturday now that you're here.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, happy Batman Day.
So why is today Batman Day? Like, why specifically September the 16th? I'm genuinely asking. Happy Batman Day, everyone, even to the dude that left Nightfall off his personal top 15 Batman stories. Later, I'm going to watch my personal favorite, The Night Rises, on the big screen for the first time. Awesome.
Yeah, they're doing is it the Nolan trilogy that's being shown in some movie theaters? What's up, Omnibus?
Happy Batman Day. Omar, with Thundercats on the picture, how about a video showing your action figure collection?
You want to see that? Oh my gosh, I have so much. It's insane. Yeah, maybe I'll do that one day. Finally got to y'all in the live stream currently having some brunch. Mimosas all around. Oh, congratulations.
And Max, this is a very good point. Shouldn't Batman Day be 6th the 10th? So for those who don't know, it was taken out of context. Omar's rating of Batman as an occult detective.
Thank you.
Not just a detective.
Yeah, not a detective. Even though I also made the mistake of saying that Tim Drake is a better detective than Bruce Wayne, and everybody lost it. And I'm like, "Where dare you?"
What in honor of Batman Day? What are your top 3 Batman comic stories?
Oh goodness, Batman.
Road to No Man's Land. No Man's Land. And Nightfall.
You are a liar. No. Batman Legacy. I love Batman Legacy. I think it's phenomenal. I mean, Batman Year 1 is the right answer. It's the template for all origin stories.
What about Many Deaths of Batman?
That's a classic. Nobody talks about that one enough. That's the Byrne one. One more. Oh, my heart and soul want to say Batman Year 2, but I think I'm.
There you go. That's a Sword Lord Capybara saying.
It's good. I like it. It's a top 3. It's definitely up there. Probably something from my when I was younger. Like I really like A Lonely Place to Die.
All right. Saturday Morning Fan says that it's the day Batman came up with shark repellent, a historical event. That's what the comic guy down the street says anyway.
The bat shark repellent.
And Ryan just got back from his local comic book store with some single issues and also picked up the deluxe edition of All-Star Superman.
Oh, that's a good story, man. I hope you enjoy if you've read it. Never forget that Omar also hates America. Thank you for that, Shonda Sook.
Can you or can you rate the private detective investigators from best to worst?
Why would you do this to me?
Holmes, Batman,
Detective Conan,
and Jessica Fletcher.
Where's what's his name? Father Dow Mysteries.
Yes.
Where's that guy at? Okay. Is Batman's in here? Oh God, have mercy. Why?
Lord have
all right, here we go. Thank you for that. Sherlock Holmes was the best detective, right? The second to Sherlock would be, you know what? I'm not getting crucified today. I'm gonna go with Batman. Next after that is Detective Conan. After that, well, I also don't want to be called a sexist. Jessica Fletcher, and then after that is Poirot. There we go. There's my rating.
You have something against the fridge?
I knew somebody was going to say that. No, I do not. Bonjour. Where's my bonjour? Alex here? He's the one that says bonjour, right?
What about Detective Chimp? Yes, he did already.
Oh, I like Detective Chimp. I would rank him a 7 out of 10.
What about Batman Alf the Crossing Year 2?
Those are 2 of my favorite things mixed with something
I think today's supposed to represent the anniversary, but the third Saturday in September is just an arbitrary date. Okay, gotcha.
Good. Let's get that. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Currently reading the one Operation Joker manga where the Joker has to raise baby Bruce Wayne. What? That's a thing?
I wonder how those books are doing, because I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday about the Batman or the DC manga, and he was like, "Do you think they're selling well?" And I'm like, "I don't know, because I think people are confused why Joker is raising a baby as a single dad. Like, what's that about?" But you know, they could be really good. I mean, they've already solicited volume 3s of some of these, so somebody's picking them up, and I don't know how long they go for. Good morning, Melanie and Omar. I'm drinking coffee out of my Batman Through the Years mug. Coincidentally, actually, had no idea it was Batman Day. Well, then
we should tell Jess too. Jess? It's Batman Day.
My buddy Omnidog.
How are you gonna say Jess like you don't know who Jess is? Well, we were just at his house last week.
Well, I didn't know exactly why.
Because he likes Batman.
Did you get the super?
He's got the Batter Day.
Did you get the super stickers?
No, thank you. Here, I highlighted Daniel's though. Can you read that, please?
Is there something comparable to All-Star Superman for Batman, like a solid contained story that's highly recommended? Stay away from All-Star Batman and Robin. It's self-contained, but it's a nightmare. Beautiful artwork though.
We read it for a book club when all the picks. It was on purpose. Picks that are just stories that for most are not very palatable. Then it was fun.
So I think as far as self-contained, you could say The Long Halloween is self-contained. Honestly, Dark Knight Returns is self-contained. Like an alternate history. Oh, Batman Year One. There you go. Not Year One, I'm sorry. Or Earth One. Batman Earth One. You should definitely check that out.
And Kevin, thank you for the super sticker.
It's Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. It's phenomenal.
And then Bert at the beginning of the stream also gave us a super sticker.
Thank you for that, my brother.
Oh my gosh.
I hope Bert's doing well.
It's not wanting to cooperate. And I did highlight your comment earlier. Here you go. You get Batman. Batman. Thank you, Bert.
That was really good.
Because I think you told us last year it was Batman Day.
Yeah, we talked about that. We had a meeting with him, and I actually remember what he said. So that's what we're doing on social media later today. All right.
Let me scroll on down to.
It's the
catch up with the chat.
Bars here. Absolute Batman and Robin is missing the last issue for some reason. It seems it is. I don't know why they decided to go ahead and print it without the final. Well, the final issue that didn't even wrap up, though, right?
Does every Batman have feet fetish or just love Catwoman's feet? I never noticed her feet.
Like Batman Year 2 didn't. Batman Earth 1 is highly recommended. Earth 1 is solid. It's good. Standalone. Another great Batman, if you can find this, Batman Adventures Omnibus. Yes, it is currently out of print, but I think that one will definitely come back. What's the difference between DC Absolute and Omni? I have the Dark Knight's Metal Omni, and see they have a Death Metal Absolute already out to follow the story instead of the Omnibus. I actually filmed a video about that, but really quick, it's the size, and then sometimes, like, you know, Absolutes are bigger. They're nicer. They're like a slipcase. But sometimes they're just like the self-contained stories, like Flashpoint. I used as an example. Flashpoint, the Absolute Edition, is just the Flashpoint miniseries, 5 issues, whereas the Flashpoint Omnibus is everything. And I'm not a fan of the reading order of that Omnibus. Mad Love is phenomenal. Best person ever to sing the Batman theme song has to be our own Del Boy Trotter.
I don't know who that is.
I need to look that up. The New Warriors Forever. Thank you, Nick.
Nick, thank you so much for the super chat.
The ETA on volume 3. Did I see it on this list? Give me 1 second, my brother.
Oh, wait. Is the gift still running?
Probably, but let me do a really quick search right
Sorry.
here.
Yep, there we go. Got it.
Okay, let me do a quick search right here. Well, it's before August of next year. So that's what that's the last I heard. No, wasn't it April? Maybe I think it's April of like 2024.
Let's see. S is asking, are you going to make a video about the Spider-Man Deadpool Epic Collection?
Yeah, usually my videos with the trade paperbacks come out every week. So it'll be on Tuesday the week that it comes out. That's when I do it.
Speaking of Deadpool.
Like I have a stack right here. Let me just give you an idea of what.
Never mind. Not speaking of Deadpool.
You can talk about it here in a second, baby.
I
Sorry.
I know. I'm just
I like
silly.
this. This is the stack of books I'm filming for a video on that comes out on Tuesday. Like these are the trades and the Marvel Masterworks from Marvel Comics. I get them about a month and a half before they come out, and usually it gives me time to read them, and it's pretty cool. So that's when it will be coming out.
All right, y'all.
Speaking of Deadpool,
I've been going through more Deadpool omnis and collections because I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find something comparable to how Nicias's run with Cable and Deadpool really hit me, and I really like the movies. I like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and Nicias's Deadpool are my Deadpool. And I'm trying to find something more of that. I went through Deadpool and Company, and then I started flipping through, and I wasn't really getting into it.
Well, those are mini
Kelly
stories.
Thompson had some moments, but I didn't finish that either. I remember one time laughing out loud. What else did I go through? I went through the
Alyssa Wong.
Yeah, but I didn't finish Zero.
You did not like Joe Kelly, which surprised me.
I didn't.
Joe Kelly is the staple for what a lot of people think Deadpool.
Because I don't want him to. I don't.
You don't like him and Siren together.
I don't like him and Siren. And I'm like, I'm tired of this. I don't want it. But then again, in the movies, he's like madly in love with Vanessa, and I'm okay with that. So I don't know. What do you all think? What should I give a try?
They think you're being
and also when he's with Spider-Man, I don't dig that either. And I love Spider-Man. Like he is my main comic love, and I'm doing this because this is Amazing Kentucky, and I suppose maybe I should do. Explain. Okay, let's move on. Matt, you got super chat right here. Thank you, my friend.
Hey, GF dog and I recovered. Oh, the girlfriend, the dog, and I recovered. They went bar hopping last night. They went bar hopping last night.
Who?
I recovered from last night. Gonna get some fresh smoothies and hit the dog park. Weapon X Gallery Edition with lunch. My first Wolvie story. That's a great way to start a Wolverine story though. Like with Weapon X. Good one. And that gallery edition, the art, the way that it looks, it's touched up so nicely. I love it. It's one of the best ones that they've released.
Gotcha. Thank you guys for the suggestions. And thank you so much for the super chat. Here, what should I?
Omar, I have the original Fourth World Omnibus from
there we go.
collection
Lantern.
from the aughts. Should I get the volume 2 that you just announced this week? If you like that type of storytelling, absolutely. This is the stuff that happened after Jack Kirby left. Now, people have asked me if it's going to be perfectly mapped with the Fourth World by John Byrne. No, we would still need, I think, one more volume, like Cooperberg and oh my gosh, is it Selenet? Rachel Pollack wrote some of those stories.
Andrew, we're filming tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, Since the Sinister tomorrow, and it'll be out on Monday. So yeah, that's my suggestion. If you really like those stories and want to follow those characters, go. Yeah, man, get it, because it's the first time we're getting the Great Darkness saga in oversized format. Like, I mean, we do have a deluxe edition of the Great Darkness saga. I'm looking at it right now, but it's so out of print and deserves to be. Yeah, that Legion of Superheroes was solid, so I would like to see that collected in a big omnibus one day. But until then, good placeholder.
And I'm so sorry. I'm probably going to butcher your name. I'm so sorry, but John and Lynn, thank you so much for the super chat. And please, I'll look for it in the comments. Tell me how to pronounce your name correctly. And let's see, Murph Ballad Celestials, thank you so much for the super chat.
One side be chronologically so this is Murph Ballad Celestials came up with this idea. I was thinking about those bookmarks that are definitely happening. One side be chronologically, and the other side best order because you always. Oh, dude, thank you so much. I actually talked to my friend Heather about designing those after I get back from New York Comic Con. So that's happening. I love Deadpool, the first 2 miniseries. Those are Femi Nicieza and Mark Waid.
So yeah, I
Full
guess I need to
circle.
go. I kind of need to go more back into the past. More
Yes,
back into the past.
more
That's
back
so
to the past.
awkward.
Boy,
That's
English
so
teacher
awkward.
over
I'm
here.
totally. Hey, speaking of English teacher, hey, that's a good segue. Let's see.
Oh,
11:15. Don't
Hold
let
on.
forget.
Let's get the other super chat first.
Oh, okay.
It's from Jeff.
Never mind. We'll wait. Marvel Bab explained that Delboy Trotter is a character out of Only Fools and Horses. In one of the episodes, he dresses up as Batman, singing the theme song, runs in at a wake of a funeral. You have to watch it. Okay, thank you. And Jeff, thank you for the super chat. You get Deadpool. No. You get Alf, because you mentioned Alf. Come on, Alf. Where are you at? There you are. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, all Alf-related merch at cons will find its way to Omar's mailbox. Let's all make it so. He needs a new collection. Jeff, I looked for Alf's English. I didn't find any.
Those will go straight to Goodwill. Jeff, I found a video on my phone from 2015 where you sent my daughters a Batman box, and they made a video of opening it up. And I don't think I ever sent it to you, but it was oh no, you filmed it because I was working. I was working out of the state.
Yeah.
And you filmed it to send to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna send it to Jeff. Aww. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, I was tearing up just how small they were in 2015 and how their voices were so high pitched and they were so excited. She's like, what is this? A Batman shirt? Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. And thank you guys for the suggestions. Let's see. Rob Liefeld's Deadpool Bad Blood is fun. What was I reading? That was Rob Liefeld drawing it. It was Deadpool.
Yeah, he did one of those Deadpool miniseries. I think it was the Deadpool Court.
I wonder if it was Bad Blood. I don't know. Okay, so it is time for me to take a picture of what time I am announcing Students of the Week.
This is very meta. Go ahead.
I am an English teacher. I teach high school English, and I have creative writing and film studies and freshman English classes. And I want to give shout outs to some people for terrific work ethic, always being on point or up in their game, great analysis and insight, perhaps. And let's see. Oh, shoot. Who was for first period?
Do I suggest All-Star Batman? And you think about that while I'm reading this question, because I know how your brain works. Do you suggest All-Star Batman and Gotham by Gaslight? Oh my gosh, Gotham by Gaslight is phenomenal. Also, which Omni is right beside Batman Eternal you have? Batman Eternal? Where do I have Batman Eternal? Where is it? There's Capullo's. Oh, Eternal. It's the Rise and Fall of the Batman by James Tynion. And then after that is the Peter Tomasi run. Of course, I got to make room for Batman and Robin Eternal. Which is... I'll be right back. My wife just left me. Oh, happy Saturday. Forgot about the live stream. That's okay. Did you see the Sam Wilson Captain America side profile? Yes, I saw that from Rob Liefeld. I did see that. Good on him. Hi, guys. Will Marvel restock Superior Spider-Man Omnibus and Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 soon? Is Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 out of print? And somebody was asking me about the date of Ultimate Spider-Man 3. I believe that is still the end of this year. It is the end of this year. Oh, I forgot how hard this is to do this by myself. We need a Deadpool Bad Blood. OHC. We need... I'm surprised they never collected the rest of the Spider-Man Deadpool series in oversized hardcover. I am not afraid to say that I am a Liefeld nerd. Oh, I like Liefeld too, man. He gets a lot of hate online, but you grew up in the 90s. There is no denying that you did not like Liefeld. Do you go by Mel or Melanie? She goes by Melanie. I want a comic where Carnage infests Alf instead. Why am I picking these? What's going on? Something going on in the chat? Sorry, it's hard for me to choose everything. Donate millions. Okay. Let's just keep it to comics. Please keep it to comics related. If you got questions, I have answers or thoughts. What's up, man? I hope some of the books coming out in the next 2 weeks don't go out of print quickly because I need a break from. I think you're going to be okay. I think I mean, we knew about Marvel's Omnibus, which is going to be restocked, and I told you all, if I know ahead of time something's sold out, I will let people know. But usually, it doesn't mean that it won't come back. Like, we know Immortal Hulk is going to come back later on this year. Like, it's coming out in November is the date. So that's a good restock. Now, it's only, of course, the standard edition. If you have to have the direct market cover of some of these, by all means, do whatever you want with your money. It's your money. But if you want, you can wait. There's nothing wrong with waiting. Absolutely not. Omar, do you have? I have the first 2 Disney Afternoon hardcovers. I love them, man. They're great. Tell Alan Moore to give you his royalties. I don't think I could get Alan. I'd love to get Alan Moore on the show. I know he gets a lot of hate too. But hey, sweetheart, Can you? Thank you. Will you break any news this upcoming week? I'm praying for a reprint of New Avengers Omnibus. I don't know about this upcoming week. I have some covers. I'm waiting. Maybe one this week. Do you all want to see reprints first, or do you want to see new books first? Gambit Omnibus, please, Mr. Gabriel. That is comics related. Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I clicked on it. About the Alan Moore thing. It's all good, Omar. I just blocked. Okay. Greetings from the Halifax. During this hurricane, you stay safe, my brother. It has already hit me hard and blew apart my shed. Not a good start. I'm so sorry, man. Stay safe out there, brother.
Yeah.
Seriously. Will I be reviewing?
I hope everything is okay.
Will I be reviewing the Red Sonja Omnibus? Yes, I will. I'm going to try to squeeze it in this week.
Have you gotten Jeff's?
Not that one, baby.
Oh, okay.
Is there a GoFundMe link to donate to Liefeld Medical School tuition so he can at least learn basic anatomy? Ouch.
Whoa, Jeff!
Jeff, you don't like Rob? Jeff's a little older than I am. He's more of the school of Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby, but so Liefeld to him was an abomination. All right, Jeff, I respect that.
I want to see it all first, Omar.
You see what?
Well, you gave choices.
Did
this person saying
you want to see all
of it first?
Okay. I was like, what do you want to see? What are we doing?
I am looking for, or did you answer this question? I'm looking for something.
Omar, is Barry Allen your favorite Flash now in the comics? No, it's always Wally West. I'm a Wally West guy. Like, that's the Flash that was a Flash when I was a kid. That was my very first DC comic book, was Crisis 8. So, yeah, always going to be a Wally fan.
I was looking for...
Heroes in Crisis can go right the heck, though.
I go by Melanie.
I told him.
Oh, okay. Stew of the week. I was looking for
I went through that one.
If the person explained how to pronounce his name.
Oh,
hey, yeah, found it. Let's go. Your pronunciation was acceptable, but it's Jamelin.
Jamelin.
I'm
butchering it.
I'm thinking too hard about it, which I do a lot.
Wow, you went back.
I did, because it's when you've got 50 things in your head and you have ADHD, it's hard to keep it all balanced. All right, let's just do it. Okay. Second time. Let's go.
All right, here we go.
Students of the week for first period, Yoel. For second period, Isaiah. For third period, Vincent. For and that was for Navy Days. And for the Green Days, not the band.
Are these people in the military?
Liz, and then the second period, Emily. So congratulations, guys. And I'm so sorry that I didn't go through my whole spiel, but I said it earlier and had to go write some things down. Therefore, that's why it is short for you all. Congratulations.
You all get no prizes. All right. Sorry, off topic. UK fans feel my pain. I ordered an omelet and chips with beans for delivery. The beans were mixed into the egg mixture before the omelet was cooked. I'm so sorry. Thoughts and prayers with my buddy Super Laugh Hard. His beans were in the omelet. Thankfully, it seems like Marvel has a pretty light release schedule. Late October, early January. People can catch up. Omar, do you think Marvel deliberately has a light schedule coming up? I know that they no longer want any more Omni-Geddons like last October, November, December. So that's why they decided to delay some books. So yes, they purposely did that. Much love back to you, Flavio. Thank you so much, brother. There's a comment from Heath about... Hey, Omar and Melanie, was awesome meeting you at Baltimore Comic-Con. Thanks for the Claremont advice. I went to meet him on the Sunday. His line was so much easier. You are so welcome, man. And it was a pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet everybody if you're watching right now at Baltimore Comic-Con. We had a blast. We talked about how that was one of our favorite experiences at a convention. And I think that's the most I've ever been recognized.
It was, oh my gosh, that was one of the best conventions. I rank it up there with Heroes Con. I think those are my favorite too.
You should do your rankings of your favorite conventions and why.
Oh man,
the Louisville Swamp Meet of 2015.
Back in the day when it was Chicago Con, that was my first.
Those were good memories.
First comic book convention, and we had About Heroes podcast, and I gave out cards with suckers attached because I was like, I'm not taking a card if people are giving it out, but if you got a sucker, okay, there we go.
Morning, Omni, and all you minties. Everyone's staying healthy and avoiding the annual back-to-school flu.
Yes, sir.
Knock on wood. So
are
far,
you okay?
brother.
Do you feel better? Because I saw you had a video about like comics
he was sick
when you're sick.
Yeah, he was sick.
Mark,
how are you, buddy? Good morning, Omar and Melanie. Was just out picking raspberries. That sounds like a good Saturday morning. So sweet and so good. The raspberries too. Hope you're doing well, my brother.
We got like 2 people from Brazil.
Maybe, and that's Neil Adams. I recognize his blue shirt anywhere. You know, he wore that on purpose, right? Like he would tell artists that blue represented success. Like he was such a wise guy in the community. Like, I don't know if people knew that or not, but people, like a lot of artists and writers, like I remember he told an artist that you should charge for your art because it is time out of your day. Because the guy was doing free sketches. And the guy was like, I can't charge for that, man. These are fans. And he was like, but it is time out of your day. And you know how the comic community treats us, especially the older we get. That's why we have the Hero Initiative. So get that money while you're young and save it. Like he was a wise guy. Yeah. Do you still recommend that ride of the Batman Omni? The Rise of the Batman Omni? Absolutely, I do. I loved it. I watched your overview from a couple of years ago, but wondering if you still like it. If I still liked it, yeah, it was great. It starts off stronger than it ends, but it's still a good read. Smaller conventions tend to be better because they're low-key environment. I also enjoy being at New York Comic Con. And is that the Anime New York Comic Convention?
Yeah, New York Comic Con was a blast, but it was really, really, really.
Oh my gosh, it was.
But I still have great
packed.
memories of it. But this is definitely different, and it more important to me because I talked to so many creators and writers and artists and such that, man, it was awesome. Is that Jeff Johns' absolute solicitation wrong? It still has 650 pages despite only containing 18 issues.
That's the solicits we got, brother. So it does skip the Last Son and the the Bizarro story, which are collected in deluxe hardcovers. It also skips the couple of issues that were not done by Gary Frank. I was hoping they'd get those in there, but no go. I'm surprised that it didn't even stick the Batman and the Legion of Superheroes, because that's a good story. And I know that it wasn't Gary Frank, but it ties it into the Superman and Legion of Superheroes.
It's great, unless you are a Batwoman or a Tim Drake fan.
Wait, Tim Drake. Oh, wait, never mind.
It is the Anime New York.
Okay.
New York.
Thank you so much, Thomas, for the
thank
super
you.
chat, my brother. The rest of Daredevil pre-Marvel Knights can be fully collected in 7 Omnis. Daredevil Volume 4 leading into that would be leading into the Frank Miller era, right? Nocenti 1 and 2. Oh my goodness, the one name I struggle with, but I believe is Chichester, Volume 1 and 2, and one last volume to wrap up that era. Yeah, that was when Scott Lobdell was writing a couple of issues of Daredevil, right before it was relaunched by Marvel Knights with the 60th anniversary in 2024. What are your thoughts on that? I like that. And maybe I need to remind. I told my AMA yesterday.
What's an AMA?
Ask me anything. It's a.
How do you get link to that.
Oh, thank you. It's on Patreon and it's one of the tiers. But what they like me to do is not read off out loud, but
read comics.
Do a reaction to the list of omnis that I'm going to be announcing. And I told them I have some good news, bad news. And one of them is Extreme X-Men Omnibus Volume 2. I finally have a date for it, and that is August of 2024. However, David told me, we had a conversation, he wants to delay that one to put in another #1 in there. Not of Extreme X-Men, of another series. So going back and forth. I don't know if he's decided yet or not, if they're going to push that back. But yeah. So my point is, I need to remind David that it's also the 60th anniversary of Daredevil, so maybe we'll get some classic stuff. I do love New York Comic Con, but I think it's just going to a point where there's too many. It is a lot of people, because it was like this the entire Saturday, like bumping into people. And when you have a camera,
Friday was manageable.
I'm sure I was annoying, because I'm trying to record.
It was hard to
people are just bumping into
anywhere.
People.
Yeah. So quite a few people, or as in 3, have said mentioned this about thoughts on the huge Fables announcement. Feel really bad for Bill Willingham after reading about his mistreatment by DC, and good for him for what he did. So yeah, Omar was reading that out loud, I guess 2 nights ago, to me while we were sitting on the couch, and I was like, oh.
So if you don't know what's going on, Bill Willingham is he is the creator of Fables, which was originally published by Vertigo Comics at DC. Now Vertigo is no longer around. And
Mark Buckingham being the main artist.
Yeah, the main artist on the book.
I cried when he signed my stuff last week. Anyway.
There were other artists as well, but he wrote an article about being fired from DC and then firing DC. And then a couple days later, he decided to make Fables public domain. Now, I read on it, and I am not a copyright lawyer, but my buddy Dan is, and we've been talking about it a little bit. Regardless of how people feel about Bill Willingham, because, if you can't separate the artist from the art and his beliefs and whatever, I completely respect that. I think everybody has, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But this is something that, to me, is very important, because this is a huge, it's monumental in the fact that this guy that has a creator-owned comic has decided to make it public domain. Now, I don't know if he's the creator, but I don't know, in a world of contracts and legalities and lawyers, if he can do that, because he couldn't afford to sue DC. What ended up happening is, if you read the whole thing, is that
Josh did have that idea.
DC kind of dropped him, stopped talking to him, right? He had a contract with the original folks at DC Comics, and those folks have all been fired now. And the contract was about royalties and things like that, and about how he had to approve changes to anything that's Fables related, including the Telltale games. Kind of like Neil Gaiman with Sandman. There was written into the contract that Sandman could not be used in any comic without his approval first. So if you ever saw Daniel or Morpheus in any of the comics, it had to be approved by Neil Gaiman. Some of the dialogue had to be approved by Neil Gaiman. Death had to be approved by Neil Gaiman just to be on a cover of Action Comics. So back to Fables, they kind of stopped contacting him about royalties and how he didn't go into details about the compendiums. He was like, I was supposed to, oversee these kind of collected editions that were coming, and they were supposed to have my approval, but they kind of stopped talking to me. And then eventually they just stopped talking to me about anything. So it's a huge deal in the comics community, because, this is a big move. This is like somebody it's kind of like what Alan Moore did back in, back in the day, when he was like, take my name off of that and give all the royalties to the family, right, of the creator of Miracle Man. But like I said, I'm not a copyright lawyer, and I don't know if there was a lawyer present there for him to make these decisions. I don't know if it's going to work in his favor. At the end of the day, it's, it could end up biting him in the butt, where DC's like, okay, no more Fables, and you can't reprint Fables either because it was part of the Vertigo. Like, there's always loopholes in contracts. That's what I always tell people, especially YouTube personalities that are going to sign a contract with somebody that wants to sponsor you. And no offense to Walt or Cheap Graphic Novels, but I'm being serious. There are always things written in the contract that you have to have a lawyer look. I mean, look how many creators got wronged because of a contract that they signed without a lawyer looking over it. And I know nobody has, it takes money to get a lawyer to look at these contracts. But here, let's see what Mark says. But it's worth it, though. It's worth to have a legal eye on a document that you're going to sign. I don't know what his contract was. So, him claiming that he's taking it to public domain is one thing, but him legally doing it could be another thing. So that's my 2 cents. Like I said, I am not a copyright lawyer. I'm just talking about, everything that I've read. And
however, Mark is a copyright lawyer,
Mark
but you have not seen the contract. So
right.
It depends on what the contract says.
If DC's contract, it could mess up everything that he's wanting to do. So that's what's going on with the whole Bill Willingham and Fables thing. So that's my 2 cents, and there you have it. Maybe I'll have Dan on to talk about the legalities of what can be done.
Because he's a copyright lawyer.
He is a copyright lawyer. But then again, I don't think DC is going to be like, here's the original contract, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We're not going to see that. We're just going to hear one side of the story, unfortunately, because they got way too much money and power.
Did you say Billingham?
Bill Willingham?
Did you say Billingham?
Maybe.
I was saying
Did I say Will Billingham?
Maybe.
We have a couple of super chats, by the way.
Oh, yes. Well, here, can you read that?
Johnson Frank, Superman Absolute. What Batman and the Legion of Superheroes story? The Wade and Bolt. No, the one that came right after the Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. That story. That issue is missing. Buenos días, viva Perú, carajo. ¿Cómo estás, hermano?
Thank you.
Viviendo la vida linda allá en Perú. Ojalá mente.
And super chat from John.
Which do you prefer, Miller's Daredevil or his Batman? Oh, gosh.
Thank you, John, for the super chat.
Daredevil. Because he hasn't done a Daredevil Rises Again story. I kind of fear that if he ever wants to do that.
Kyle.
So, Lord, before I type everything in the chat, just being safe. Oh, yeah.
That Big Fables companion box set, did that include all content or was there more?
That's kind of what started all this. He went back and wrote more Fables, but they have not been printed yet, the single issues. And that Volume 16 Deluxe Edition has been solicited, and it's been delayed time and time again because the series isn't over. He said he wrote them 2 years ago, and he hasn't heard a word from DC. I don't know if, after doing this, if they'll finish out the series, if we'll ever get that deluxe edition, but that's what's going on. So the compendium has the original 150 issues, but it doesn't have the new stuff or the Batman and Bigby. Sorry.
What's the best way to read the Kang Dynasty?
Avengers Omnibus Volume 2. The Avengers by Kurt Busiek and George Perez Volume 2. Which is not in print right now, but it was in our top 20, so hopefully it will be next year.
Do you have any news regarding Absolute Batman Hush, and will be back in print now that the Hush Omnibus is also coming out?
They do a pretty good job of restocking that one from every so many years, so I think that one will come back.
Any chance we're going to see completion of Black Panther Omnis?
I hope so, and we also need the early years Volume 2, and then the Reggie Hudlin run. I hope so. I mean, we had 4 Omnis, right? So I hope we get them. No, Cody, what is wrong with you?
Hey, last night I was playing that app, Akinator, the AI that tries to guess what character or whatever you're thinking of. I was playing with Alicia, and I had picked Boy Blue from Fables, and its first guess was Preacher.
Hey, that's close.
What is it to Boy Blue?
They're Vertigo.
Oh, that's why you made. I was thinking in terms of like, well, I really don't know anything about Preacher, but in terms of like a character
pretty good
analysis, like, are they similar? I just thought that was funny. Well, okay. Does the Fables box set tell a complete story, or do the new issues finish it? Yeah, it's a complete story.
Oh no, it's a complete story. Oh, click on this one and then we'll go to this one.
Okay. But
there isn't Priest Volume 2. Yes, that one is coming out in February. I don't know why I forgot about it. Thank you for that. And we do need Reggie Hudlin's run and the OG Volume 2. When can we expect the Most Wanted X-Men video? I'm looking forward to it. Also, is there a semi-regular reminder request of a top 20 Wolverine solos? Thank you for that, Logan Wayne. Do you know who Logan Wayne is?
Personally? I?
No.
Are you asking?
That character.
Oh, no.
That's Dark Claw.
Oh, okay.
It's the amalgam of Batman and Wolverine from the Amalgam universe.
Thank you for explaining.
So
is he cool? That sounds like I would assume you think he's cool.
This Wednesday coming up is my top 20 most wanted DC Omnis. The following Wednesday is when my top 10 most wanted X-Men Omnis will be coming out. Then after that, my top 10 most wanted Batman Omnis. And then I'm like, I ask people what they want to see, like absolute editions or gallery editions or epic collections. Whatever you want to see. I'm having fun making top 10 list again. How much Wolverine Volume 6 will have a no-nose Wolverine? All. Until his nose just miraculously starts growing back because angry letters.
Matt, we got your box sitting right here next to the computer.
It wasn't even just like his no-nose. Like he had this flat, fat face and hairy arms. And then they just started like, I don't even know if there was an explanation. I think the artists were like, I'm not drawing Wolverine like a giant ogre. I'm just going to make him smaller and smaller this closer we get. Marvel stopped publishing the comics in India. And now we are importing the books. They did. Where are you importing them from?
Was there a specific one? What are you pointing at?
No, just...
Okay. Hey, Omar Mel, do you know if they're going to reprint any of the Warhammer 40K comics or trades from Boom Comics?
I don't know if they still have the rights to reprint those. But I hope so. I know people really like those.
Okay, so Darkclaw is so 90s, even compared to other amalgam characters. Oh, sounds awesome.
I've got it right here in that custom omnibus, the DC versus Marvel. There's a Darkclaw #1 in there.
Opinions on Spider-Boy.
Are you talking about the amalgam Spider-Boy by Mike Wieringo and Todd DeZago, the Superboy and Spider-Man? Or are you talking about the new Spider-Boy and like Dan Slott's Spider-Boy? Wouldn't it be awesome if it's the character from the amalgam universe and all this time we've had a DC Marvel crossover and everybody's like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Sure, he needs a sidekick, right? We need a Spider-Boy. Whatever. They were trying to give him... Dan Slott's been trying to give Spider-Man a sidekick for years. What was that guy? Slingshot? What was that guy's name? The guy with the all-green costume in his run? Omar, your accent and cowboy hat is the most wanted Marvel Omni made me bust a gut.
Oh, do an accent? Yay! Yeah. Do it.
Oh, the howdy, folks. This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. I mean, you do not like that. Stop it. It's Saturday morning. What is wrong with you?
No, I like your Hispanic accent better.
I have a Hispanic accent? I thought I had a Kentucky accent.
Oh, okay, when you're speaking Spanish.
Oh, that's not an accent. That's just speaking in Spanish.
Well, accents go with speaking.
Do they? No, look.
Are we gonna parcel out?
Why are you hitting me, dude? Get to the chat. Get to the chat. Thank you.
I was doing so good, and then I forgot what words are.
Oh boy,
I do it so often.
Oh boy.
Well, RB says we need a Hawk Owl and Woody Omnibus. I don't know who those people are. Who those characters are. Oh, you bought a Goon Tiki mug? Nice. It's your first.
He brought my first Tiki mugs. The Goon I chose swell. That's awesome.
To be bought. I'm pretty sure India imports its comics from the UK.
Gotcha.
Going back earlier to what that person was saying.
Rick Gear had a question a little bit earlier.
Got your nose.
Thank you for that, Shonda Sook. I appreciate it. Omar, your opinion? How good is the Wolverine series post Volume 4? So good, I stopped reading comics. But it wasn't Wolverine's fault. It was just everything. It was Onslaught. Like, that was my era of stopping to read them. I'm not saying it's all bad, though. Wait, Volume 4. No, wait. Hold on. Volume 5, the one that I just announced, is Bone Claws era. That was pretty good. I liked that stuff. Some of it. Especially when older characters would show up from the Claremont era. Volume 6 is going to be the one that I'm like, how do I announce that? Well, I've announced books I'm not really into. Got to keep it professional. And there is always some good in there too, right? It's not all horrible. Volume 7 would be cool. Volume 7 would be cool because there's some good underrated stories in that run. Volume 6 will have some one-shots that I think are pretty good and some good team-ups, I think. And, honestly, the whole Elektra stick retraining Wolverine to be a warrior, that was pretty cool, despite what they did to him.
Jim saying, really appreciates your Krakoan era reading order video.
Thank you.
It is confusing. Any plans to make an updated video next year?
Yes, absolutely. Especially now that they don't do the anthologies anymore. I'm going to have to.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, Jack Ferry. I know that different accents exist depending on the country, right? Because I have buddies from Argentina and buddies from Spain that have different. Then they even have different words and dialect, like Mexican Spanish too is different.
Semantics. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier.
Yeah. So I know that.
I speak. Excuse me, miss. I speak Spantuckish.
Oh my gosh. I think that's. Wait. I saw everyone complain about the X lives and X deaths of Wolverine.
Oh, I did too, Daniel. I enjoyed it too.
I liked it.
What am I missing? I thought it was fun.
I don't know what you're missing. I think people just like complaining, right? Like if you go on YouTube, that's where people go and complain and have just negativity. And negativity draws other people too. I mean, it's
and then on the other hand, of course, it's okay not to like the story. I was telling you the Deadpool stories that I'm trying and I'm not getting into, and then I don't finish.
It's okay not to enjoy it.
That it's just not for them. But
my point,
I could see why some people would enjoy some of the Deadpool stories. My
point is that you are more likely to find negative things being said about comics on the internet than you are positive things, right? And Melanie's right. Not everybody can enjoy the same story, but most people feed off of negativity, and it does catch. And then people, keep coming back, and that's what gets the views. So, hola desde España, ¿cómo estás, Héctor? I was just talking about Spanish. With the 10th anniversary of Marvel. But there is one thing that I was like in the X Labs and X Deaths of Wolverine that I was like,
you are skipping around.
It's the way my brain works.
All right. No, I know, me too. Okay. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll get to James's comment.
With the 10th anniversary of
Marvel. No. Go ahead and finish. What is it?
I can't say, it's a spoiler.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
There's one character that I'm like, oh, there's no coming back from that. They went really there with that character.
Begin with a Z and a Z?
No, stop it. With the 10th anniversary of Marvel Epic coming on Monday, are you going to do a video talking about it? Curtis will be having a live show celebration on his channel.
Epic Marvel Podcast
Tuesday at 7 p.m. Yeah, I will be making a video on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be joining Curtis on that day to talk about.
Yay!
But I'll be doing old reader, new reader at 8 o'clock, so I can't hang. I told them I'd jump in at 7:15. I can't stay the whole time because I got to do the video with the two ladies, Maddie and Amanda. Maddie and Amanda.
Wonder
to
Maddie
talk about
and I almost called her
Uncanny Omar.
Something amazing. She's amazing, Amanda.
We're gonna be talking about Daredevil Born Again. So I'm really excited to see what they think. What did you think of the? I have not seen it. I have forgotten about it. Honestly.
About the Aquaman 2 trailer.
Yeah, so I need to watch it.
I haven't seen it either. Did the Iron Man Volume 1 Omni reprint well enough for a Volume 2 reprint?
Yes.
Did I miss any super chats? Nope, I didn't. Okay.
Hi, Omar and Melanie. What's going on, Dana?
The ladies. That's right.
Let's
see. Speaking of Spanish, anyone ever read Fantastic Four?
Isla de la Muerte.
I was gonna say it. It's Fantastic Four in PR, Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Great read. Oh, thank you for the suggestion.
Is it in Espanol?
Let's see. Will you see Craven at the cinema?
Yes. I think Amanda drags me to all these movies and we review them, so I will see it.
Matt, but the same for me.
Oh, she's even worse.
This is the recondition I'm in, inattentive Omar and Squirrel. That's what I told my students at the beginning of the year, that I do have some symptoms of ADHD and I work really hard to stay organized. And I get it. I see things. I understand some of the struggles that people have because I have it as well.
What's your favorite Star Wars omnibus? Do you have any idea when the Clone Wars omnibus is going to be announced? Love your work. Thank you, Rascal Bear. The Old Republic has been my favorite one, but the new is it the New Rebellion or New Republic? Why am I looking over here? The one with this story, the Dark Empire trilogy, is going to be my favorite omnibus because I love this story.
When I went to eat lunch in the library, some kid had left a Star Wars book open, an Omni, or not an Omni. It was Darth Vader trade.
Oh,
but it was hardcover.
Good for him.
Yeah, it was one of the aides.
So, when is the Clone Wars omnibus going to be announced? I don't know. I haven't heard about that one. Or maybe I did a couple of years ago and it's just been pushed back.
Yay, yeah, One Piece got renewed.
I didn't know you liked One Piece, always an instigator. Yeah, dude, it was good. I loved it. I gave that dang series a 10 out of 10. It was solid.
Wow.
I really liked it. And I'm glad people are liking it. I have clinically severe ADHD, so I can make that joke.
Wait, you should have stopped your comment and started talking about something else.
New Republic Volume 2, thank you, Cody Summers. I don't think anyone has hope for Craven or Sony Marvel movies. Madam Web might get some views. Craven looks super sexy. I think, people will go watch it for that. I don't know what they're thinking, honestly.
Justin?
Dude, how are you, Justin? Wow, I can't believe you're announcing Agent Venomnibus next month, Omar. See, that's bait, Justin.
I was like,
you can't catch me.
I can't keep up with what's coming out.
The new Studio Ghibli films getting a wider release. Shame almost no. I haven't seen a single thing about it, honestly. It will be out same week.
Wait, but that was on purpose, at least in Japan.
Oh yeah, in Japan. In Japan,
it was on purpose.
Dude, in Japan, you say
don't need it.
If you say Miyazaki in Japan, it doesn't matter. You go to the theater.
This day, you just go, right? And I love that. Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah, in America, we need promotion. It doesn't work the same here. People are like, what is this cartoon?
We're going to watch Spirited Away, my film studies class.
That's the one that won an Oscar. You have to watch that one.
You have to watch it. Say it.
Japan. Omar,
right.
Will you be reading the Marvel and DC manga comics like Spider-Man Fake Red and Batman Justice Buster? Probably. Sorry I'm late. Overtime. Port of Earth last night. Dude, wasn't that good? Guess that got canceled with a little warnings. Not stop suddenly halfway through the second arc. I really like that book. I was hoping they'd finish it.
Oh, that reminds me. I did pick up a couple of trades from the con, from Baltimore Con, from Ahoy Comics. I picked up The Wrong Earth, Volume 2. Oh my gosh, it is so good. It's in the Hidden Gems. We'll do it again in a Hidden Gems video. Pick up The Wrong Earth by Jamal Eagle is the artist. Tom something is the writer. Oh, it's so good. And picked up Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Terror, Volume 2. They got 4 volumes out now. I was like, I'll just get Volume 2. Oh, so yeah, I'm in the middle of The Wrong Earth.
Great show, guys. I love when you are both in it. Thank you so much, Mitch.
Thank you. Grant Morrison is one writer who I love, but can completely understand anyone who's not a fan. John's Green Lantern run, I cannot fathom how anyone wouldn't like it.
I got that signed by John's. I got to meet him at Baltimore Comic Con.
We attended his panel. It was so good. I filmed parts of it to show my students, but you can't really understand what he's saying. I'm like,
yeah,
shoot.
This Green Lantern Rebirth means a lot to me. So that's the only one I got personalized by him.
He was talking about writing from a personal place, and that's how you can make characters relatable, even though they're superheroes. Like, it's all about exploring the human condition.
And I had no idea they were doing a Geiger TV show.
And he's good looking to boot. Wink, wink, wink.
He's what?
Good looking to boot.
Yes, wink, wink.
I was like, oh, hello, Jeff Johns. I didn't know what he looked like.
Love that Tom something.
Yeah, that Tom something. You know that?
Have I read the Wolverine Schnick manga? I have.
Is it cute?
Many years ago. No, it's not. It's the guy that did Bio Omega.
Oh, was it? Is it cool?
Yeah. It's
okay. Well, that's
like, it's almost like what's it called? The Mad Max type of story. Wolverine just waking up and being like, I'm not the best. There isn't what I do. What's your favorite Omnispine?
Let's read it together. Mine is probably here. You got to read it like that, so we do it together. Mine is
It's probably Hulk Volume 1 by Peter David or Marvel's Omnibus with Zombie Wolverine. My favorite zombie spine. I mean, Marvel spine or spine. Oh, I really like the Fall of the Mutants because I love that issue. Or the X-Men Inferno Omnibus. I love that cover. What is that? 242, I think. From DC. DC has some cool. I really like the simplicity of the Tomasi and Patrick Gleason spines. Those are cool. Yeah, so I think I'll go with something like that.
So Spider-Man 4,
Yes.
Enviro Earth 2 is asking, do you think Jacob and Zendaya, is that how you say your name?
Zendaya? Yeah.
Will be in Spider-Man 4.
I don't see why not. Jacob. Who's Jacob? Is that the guy that played not
Oh, don't ask me. I can't. Tom something is the
Tom Holland is the guy's name, Melanie.
No, I'm making fun of how I can't remember. I'm gonna look it up. Who wrote The Wrong Earth? That's just
what? Oh, it's
keep up. Come on,
Payer. Tom Payer wrote
Oh, thank you. Tom Payer wrote it.
I can't keep up with what you're saying and what everybody's
Ned Leeds.
asking.
Ned Leeds.
Thank you. That's okay. Jacob plays Ned Leeds. That's who it is. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Genki for some reason because he's more like the character in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Where did this come from? Marvel dropped the ball, Silver Age.
We don't-
Maybe Josh, you're talking to somebody. Josh, so like random. And also, the Blade of the Immortal Omni Spines are the best.
Those are cool. I like those.
You kids and your spines.
Oh gosh, we don't talk about the Silver
Would
Age
you
spines.
recommend reading the Green Lantern Corps Omni alongside John's Green Lantern Volume 1, or should I read one all the way through and then start the other? One is thick. It's all
dude, no, read it all the way through. But dude, do yourself a favor. Read Jeff Johns' Green Lantern first, because it also has Recharge in there. Go all the way until the beginning of the Sinestro Corps. Stop there. And then go read Green Lantern Corps until the Sinestro Corps. And then come back to Green Lantern by Jeff Johns to read the whole Green Lantern Corps, because that actually has the or Sinestro Corps, sorry. That actually has the Green Lantern Corps issues. So that would be the most recommended way to read those.
This is a fist bump for Mitch. I'm sorry, in Berserk because you guys.
I love it so far. Deluxe editions all the way. I'm so glad you're enjoying them. That's my favorite manga.
Yep.
I really wanted the standard cover of Inferno when it was originally released. It sold out quick, so I got the DM. I wasn't a fan of that cover initially, but now I think it's one of the best. I like that cover. I've always been a fan of that house hat. Those house hats. Yep, those Tomasi and Gleason, they look clean on the shelf. There's a simplicity to them that I like. And honestly, I really like Tom Mueller's design of that era. Because, I mean, look, that era definitely stands out on your shelf. The colors, it just looks good.
Very disappointed with Nova Richard Rider Volume 1. Practically the last half, the Omni focused on Sphinx from Fantastic Four and Thing. Had the What If Nova backup story from issue 36, but not issue 15.
And it also doesn't have the conclusion to a story from that issue of ROM. And the only way to get that is to get the Romnibus.
Oh, there was a gentleman at the con, and he had a ROM t-shirt. And I ran up to him and said, hey, you know there's going to be an Omni? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll just making sure you knew. And then I ran away.
He's like,
Like
what
this.
a strange woman that was.
No, I said
I hope he's
something
watching
else.
one day going, hey, that's that weirdo that came up to me.
Let's see. How has Marvel not done a Silver Age Submariner Omni
I
yet?
know,
So
you got
here
that
you go, Josh.
Beautiful Gene Colan artwork in there too. Oh my gosh, some of the best art is in there. Not just by Gene Colan. Oh, Bill Everett when he came back, and he was doing some amazing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Melanie Brand on there convinced me to read the Silver Age Spider-Man, so I blame Omar for things he had nothing to do with.
Oh, okay.
What
That
are
makes
you,
sense.
my
Yeah,
wife?
That checks out. And Griffith must be destroyed. # Berserk. That checks out.
Final Shadow.
Where
I love
were
that
you?
guy.
There we go. Here's your friendly neighborhood reminder that we are halfway through the stream. Thank you so much, because we've got Ting Jazz Hands to perform, and it's Mailbag Day. Mailbag Day.
Omar,
Hey,
you got me
everybody,
addicted to
it's
buying.
Mailbag Day. Oh, wait, I won't show them addresses.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Because I can't think of everything all at once,
You were busy
like that
singing
movie.
Mailbag
Everything everywhere
Day
all
or
at
whatever
once. I
else.
cannot.
What? Omar, you got me addicted to buying Omnibus. I'm so sorry.
Fist bump!
Perfect.
As long as it's okay
Thank
on your
you, as
wallet.
always, been dying to read Green Lantern Johns and Green Lantern Tomasi. Yeah, enjoy them, man. They're so good. Okay, while you're opening that up, I will read from the book of. I don't know.
The book of Walt's Comic
That's Catholic
Shop.
school. I can't get it out of me.
I mean, I already said, Lord have mercy.
Stop it. All right, where is some important updates? Okay, so if you live in Europe and are interested in buying big books, check out Walt's Comic Shop. They're based out of Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU. Flat rate shipping of €12 for all EU countries. All emails answered within 24 hours. Superb selection of out-of-print books, and that is waltzcomicshop.com. If you put in your mint condition at the checkout, you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40 or more. And right now they're having a deal on Spider-Man 2099 Volume 2. The regular standard edition cover is €79.99. Black Science Volumes 1, 2, and 3. The bundle for that is €99.99. And Wonder Woman by Gail Simone Omnibus, the new printing, €69.99. And I'll put those in the link in the description. I'm sorry, underneath the link to Walt's Comic Shop in the description of the video. And that's Walt's Comic Shop.
Your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ding, ting, ting.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for that.
And, I need a knife. Oh, there's one right here.
Did I miss any Iron Man news? You did. You got to go back and watch everything. Don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, the Batman was too dark and nowhere near as good as Dark Knight. The Batman? The Batman. The original The Batman? No, Batman Begins. Oh, The Batman. What the heck am I saying? I keep repeating myself.
Oh, it's okay.
I wasn't the biggest fan of The Batman as everybody else was. Everybody loved it. I got to go to bed, guys. Good night, my brother. What is this? Hey, Omar.
This is from Hawkeye 1970.
Oh, yeah, Hawkeye. Cash.
Okay.
Thanks for all the content. I just wanted to show my appreciation with a small gift. I saw this in my local comic book shop here in Vancouver. I hope you don't have this. I do not. But if you do, sorry. Hopefully one day DC puts a proper Omni of old Mr. Knight, and hopefully Marvel puts out a classic Hawkeye Clint Barton Omni too. Hopefully next year we get to celebrate 60 years, 1964 to 2024 of Hawkeye. All the best to you and Melanie and the kids. Thank you so much, dude. I did not have this. This is a back issue. This is published by, is it Tomorrow's that publishes these? I got to meet them at Baltimore Comic-Con. Great group of guys. They do articles and stuff. They do have hardbound books. My buddy Jeff sent me one of them. The TV shows to comics. Ah! It's got the Starman, the Jurgen Starman. Oh, Tom Lyle on that cover. That brings back memories. So it's just so it's just Starman. That's a cool cover, man.
We
talked to Tony Harris.
We talked to Tony Harris in Baltimore Con.
And she just was like, I did not like Starman.
I did not. He said, what exactly was said?
He said it's a little dense.
He asked my opinion, and I said I could tell it's a good story, and more importantly that I read it as a gift to you. And you know what he said? His significant other, they've been together for 5 years, and she hasn't read any of it.
Oh,
and I said, well, how long have we been together? And then I've never read it, so just wait a few more years.
Do not read this if you haven't read Starman yet. There's a whole article in here and Talking with David. Oh, that story.
Oh, that part really gets you.
Love it. Because who wouldn't want that?
That was so sweet. Thank you guys. Let's see. Hawkeye Epic this week. Sweet.
Wait, it's coming out this week? No, it's not. No.
Hawkeye is so grating in the early Avengers issues, just constantly hating on my boy Cap.
And leaving the team angrily and then sometimes coming back. Your Blue Bleeding Companion book, I gave you also Tomorrow's book. Dude, yeah, so I brought those up and they were really cool.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
They did that?
Mm-hmm, they published that one.
Oh, that's...
Cut away.
Okay.
From
I
you,
think
from
they
your
really,
body.
I think they really appreciated you stopping and talking to them.
I agree, Omar and the other guy who posted. I think The Batman by Matt Reeves is a good movie, but not a great one. Just one of the better DC films, but not a top 10. Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie at all. It was just I didn't dig it as much as other people did.
Cards.
Are they Garbage Pail Kid cards?
No, they're not.
Raid cards.
It's from Rad Press.
Oh, Raid.
Oh, Raid. I'm sorry, not Raid. Not Rad. Raid Press.
Oh,
here.
yeah, these guys.
Oh, there's some buttons in here.
These guys were great. They
It's
reached.
made in Canada.
Yeah, they really appreciated my whole video, and they were like, "You got a lot of people to order books from us. Thank you." And I was like, "Thank you all for making great books." And they didn't have to, but they told me they were going to send me some stuff. Oh, these are cool. These are done in the fashion of the Marvel trading cards.
Look at these are nice elongated books.
We call those landscape
What did they?
books.
Oh, landscape.
So there's Forest Folk, Picnics and Hijinks, and Forest Folk, Bands and Shenanigans, and Forest Folk.
I like the art style.
Quips and Quandaries. This is by Dax Gordine, who I'm trying to get on the channel.
Meet Filbert the Fox, a jokester with a knack for finding trouble. Lucky for Filbert that his best friend is Thomas, a happy-go-lucky elf whose magic drawing quill can conjure the solution to any of their woes. Most of the time.
I believe there's a Kickstarter going on with these books.
Scotty Young likes it. Scotty Young says, I'm jealous if you're reading Forest Folk for the first time. You're going to experience all the charm, humor, and cartoon mystery that no one Dax's age should have. But he does.
Looks like a mix of like Calvin and Hobbes and like Looney Tunes. So right up my alley. Because I love that stuff.
Oh, it says Dax pulled inspiration from classic comic strips like Calvin and Hobbes, the animation of Looney Tunes. I swear that's what it says.
I should have wrote that.
And Disney. So you didn't put in Disney.
I didn't put Disney. But yeah. Look, I mean, that's Calvin and Hobbes right there. The snow. Oh,
man.
Sled.
Oh, Calvin Hobbes. Garfield without Garfield is the best wide format comic.
I remember I used to, when I was reviewing manga, those guys, who published that? I think it was Del Rey published it. Oh, no. It wasn't Del Rey. It was Random House. They sent me a copy of it. And I was like, I review manga. And they were like, oh, just have it on us. We think you'll like it. And I loved it. It was so cool because it was a collection of the web comic. There's patches in here, too. That was really kind.
One more box to open, but why don't you get Logan Wayne's question?
I'm reading the Daredevil by Miller Omnibus, and it's already become my second favorite run of any comic after Claremont's X-Men. What's your second favorite run, Omar, and your top two runs, Melanie? Oh, that's hard. Okay. JSA by Jeff Johns is my second favorite run of all time. JSA by Jeff Johns. It's hard to pick a Jeff Johns one because I really like this Flash and his Green Lantern and his Superman. Wolverine by Hama is up there for me. It's amazing if you've not read it. Daredevil by Miller. Walter Simonson's story if you've not read it. Another one that was a page turner. I could not put that. I had to get those single issues. Yeah, the Falcos, Fantastic Four. I love that era. And his Thor run. Jason Aaron's store is solid too. You asked my second, sorry. So JSA by Jeff Johns. There's so many good ones though.
I'm horrible at answering questions like that. I like comics.
Turtle boy? I like turtles. That's your answer.
I like comics.
The one guy watching this for the first time is like that lady had some answers. By the way, Omar, since you allow donations, you think, and I'll click on that. Thank you for the super chat. Is that Tella? That's Tella from Final Fantasy 4. 2 in America, so it'll always be 2 to me. Right? That is Tella. Please tell me I'm right, because that looks like Tella. So I'm going to give you a Supergirl gift, because that has absolutely nothing to do with Final Fantasy. Do you expect Avengers Omnibus to continue after Volume 5? I really want the issues with the Beast Collected Editions. I'm missing 197 to 210 when he leaves the Avengers and joins the Defenders. Oh, yes. I don't see them stopping those. It's just a matter of waiting, right? It'll be a few years, because we're just now getting Volume 5. Not this week, but the next week. My video goes up on Monday, by the way. And today, if you're on Patreon, you get early access. But yeah, I expect them to keep continuing those. It might be, like I said, a few years before we get
Thank you, Scylla, for the super chat.
Jack Ferry has a pin. The far side is brilliant.
Oh my gosh. Here, you started to read one, and then you
I'm going to go back. From Hell was okay. I don't.
Right there,
It was all right. My favorite comic strip is still Far Side. I don't know what's wrong with Jack Fury. By the way, Omar, since you allow donations, would you be okay if I sent you the Marvel DC crossover comics? Absolutely. Yeah, man, send them over. You know, we'll be donating them to somebody. Because we got a 90,000 giveaway. 90,000 subscriber readaway. Hey,
This
John
is
Williams.
Matt.
John, how are you? Is that the Juggernaut? That's the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man number 16 or Shatterstar, and it had to be edited. Remember that? That because it was too graphic. He stabs Juggernaut in the eye, so they had to cut that panel out. And then but if you have the Todd McFarlane Omnibus Spider-Man, they reprint the panel that was cut out. Hey, brother, I thought I'd send you 2 volumes.
And this is from Matt.
Yeah, I know. He told me yesterday.
I was looking at the camera.
Volumes 1 and 2 of Count Crowley. It's written by David Dasmalkian, who played Polka Dot. Oh, that guy. Yeah, in the Suicide Squad. It's one of my favorite actors, and I really enjoyed this comic. I hope you do too. Wanted to get these to you before October. If you enjoy them, you might feature them in your Hidden Horror Gems. You know I'm already planning that. I filmed that is Tella. Oh, I still got it. I don't know why I'm so happy about that.
Count Crowley.
I haven't read these.
Crowley.
Who's the
Amateur Midnight Monster Hunter. Oh, I like the cover.
I will be checking these out for sure. Yeah. Every month I do Hidden Gems with the exception of November and December because that's when I'm doing everything.
Oh, here. Okay. This is really violent. I'll show this page.
Is it really violent?
Yeah. Because Amateur Midnight Monster Hunter is the subtitle. Oh, and I like the facial expression.
Who plays Final Fantasy before 7?
Peoples. Obviously, Peoples did.
Guys that have to go get a colonoscopy. That's who plays Final Fantasy before 7. X-Men by Chris Claremont, Dave Cockrum, John Byrne, and Claremont's era is also my favorite ongoing. Oh, best thing I've ever read in my life was 17 years of Chris Claremont on X-Men.
Here, I've got some random. I'm not going to say it's like my top 2 runs.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Deadpool and Cable. It's not a run, but Mr. Miracle is really important to me. Tom King and Mitch Drads. Straczynski Spider-Man is really important to me. And I just lost it. I
can't read her mind. Not yet. I haven't developed that ability.
Oh, that's so aggravating. Well, Matt says, hope you enjoy them. I had more answers.
So there you go.
How did it just leave my head? Melanie should teach the literacy masterpiece. That is the comic run of Al for a whole semester at least.
Do
Sam,
not
I saw you say
encourage
earlier.
This woman.
Have you? Well,
you did a little bit though, didn't you? So I remember you taking Scott McCloud's Understanding
no,
Comics.
that's to show one student.
Oh
my gosh, her art is terrific. It's like professional level, and she's a terrific writer. She's in my creative writing class, so I'm like, okay, during class, you're gonna look at understanding comics and making comics. That's gonna be your assignment.
What a heck of
no,
a teacher.
What's it called? Student taught. I copied like a whole chapter out of Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics to teach. Nobody got it, and neither did the actual teacher of the classroom. Right? Like it was.
And at this moment, I just want to remind everybody to smash that like button
for student teachers who teach comics. Oh, surely some kid it did touch them in their hearts,
man, if I had
it just didn't express it, right? And I know that happens.
Dude, if I had a pretty student teacher teaching comics, sign me up. I'd have been in that class day one. And I'd be judging too. Like, this chick does not know what she's talking about. She's pretty though. Is Blue Beetle?
No, somebody made fun of me because I was wearing black shoes and black pants and white socks. I remember being made fun of.
Man, they were looking at.
Cry.
Wait, first of all, what the heck is wrong with those people looking at your socks instead of everything else?
I say it was a senior. Remember? So what? I'm only like a handful of years older, and I was like, oh, I hated student teaching. It was bad.
Well, first of all, something's wrong with that dude if he's looking at your socks.
No, it's a preppy girl. Those are the ones that
the preppy girls.
For wearing
Have you seen Mean Girls?
You
know what ends up happening to them girls. Is Blue Beetle Jaime Reyes book 3 probable? Yes,
Carlos,
it is.
Thank you for the super chat.
It is. There were stories after the main series was canceled, so it is probable.
There's a 90K giveaway, like dollars. Can I have some?
90,000 comics. They're all Alf comics. There's my buddy, Kingsport Cal. My teacher took my comics and I never got them back.
What? That's stealing. You can't do that.
Dude.
I'll confiscate your cell phone and then you get it back. Well,
oh, thank you, Samurai.
Oh, thank you.
Is that Pikachu with the Deadpool outfit? I think it's Pikachu with Deadpool.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Deadpool at the Comic-Con with a Pikachu hat.
I am from Brazil, and I am a fan of the DC Comics.
Awesome.
Cairo. I am from Peru. I live in America, and I am also a fan of the DC Comics. So looks like we're gonna get along well.
Oh, Alex, I got an answer for you. That was it. That's what I forgot. Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. Like when I reviewed it a couple of years ago, I was like, you could totally teach a unit of lessons in English class about characterization and themes. And
you told him that.
Yes, like man, that would be so much fun. But maybe I could do some kind of like fundraiser thing to buy the books because everyone would need a copy. Like, so it's, there's some logistics too. Like, hey, let's go teach a comic. Well, you need some money.
I love this hypothetical universe you live in where you answer well.
And Zdarsky's Batman here recently, I love it. I love the balance between heart and serious moments and over the top ridiculousness because he's Batman, and that's the justification.
That's the answer too.
And that's why it's fun.
I can fall from space.
Anyway,
the only mainstream comic I ever saw being taught in school is The Dark Knight Returns. One of the ones.
Yeah, so
I remember
when I
worked in the Board of Education. There was
artwork.
There was a teacher that was teaching mouse.
Oh, and I don't teach. It's a sophomores and juniors, regardless. Persepolis is like a book that is like all the teachers are teaching it. It's part of the curriculum. So, Dragon Hoops is a choice for a book club book when the students get to choose. I was like, oh, Dragon Hoops is so good.
We all know who is a 6 out of 10. John, mad respect for not saying any names. 6 out of 10.
John, thank you.
That is a very classy move
So
here.
Who is
a 10 out of 10 in the field of occult detectiveness? Well, that would be a certain gentleman by the name of the Phantom Stranger. I believe would be the 10 out of 10 because he don't need explanations. He just shows up and he's like, this is what's going on. I'll take care of this. And all of a sudden it's like whatever MacGuffin he can pull out, he fixes everything. And probably Scooby-Doo.
10
out of 10. Not Shaggy. As soon as she said it, I knew it was a girl.
Can you rank the authors from best to worst? What? Zdarsky, Shakespeare, Agatha Christie, C.S. Lewis. No, don't. Oh no, C.S. Lewis is the best. That I don't have to think about. That's my childhood.
Somewhere
I love C.S. But let me tell you,
Zdarsky's
it is so
heart
hard
just got crushed
to read. Oh, he's fine. It's so hard to read the Chronicle of Narnia books out loud because C.S. Lewis being British, which I love, but at the same time, it's just the way he words things. Like I get tongue-tied reading out loud to Alicia. We're on The Horse and His Boy. That's the book we're on. And then I'm reading them in publishing order, not chronological order. Because that's how I grew up.
Yes.
So how about that? That's my rating. Just C.S. Lewis. Oh, Michael read Persepolis in high school English as well. I haven't read it.
It's good. I got it over there.
They
if
made
you
a
want to
movie
read it.
too.
Yeah, they did make a movie.
Uncle Scrooge to teach about other countries' culture. There you go.
That's not a bad one. With the Lazarus reprints finally here, what are your favorite Image OHCs? Oh my gosh. I don't think anybody ever answers this. This is, look, on my favorite shelf. But I got a lot of crap for saying that I love Glory. I absolutely love Glory. It is one of my favorite OHCs. And of course, the OHC that I have over here that is not printed for some reason, that should be, this is a custom one, is Prophet. This is brilliant. And for some reason, we never got an oversized hardcover of this. How do we not have an oversized hardcover? And, you know, the easier ones to find are things like Invincible. Pick a Rick Remender book, and I'll say yes all day, every day. Fear Agent, when it comes out, you're going to love it if you've never read it. And if you're a Rick Remender fan, tropey as heck, but I don't care. I love it.
Now it's taught.
Yes.
A lot of,
and now it's being pulled from a lot of schools, you know. But that's just the way
Luke was wondering how you would recommend selling old trades. Thank you for all your work.
Either through, I don't know, I haven't sold anything in so many years. Let's do eBay, or Amazon Marketplace, but usually groups tend to do well, like selling stuff in groups. If you sell it to a comic shop, you might get just a little more dosh than selling to half-price books, places like that.
Wait. C.S. Luke's got nothing on Lloyd Alexander.
My dude knows the Pride Day Chronicles, my dude.
Did I start reading those? Is that what I was reading at the music festival in the raid?
No, you better not be, because that's my limited edition.
No, not yours. Okay, so it wasn't it.
Pride
It
Day
was a library.
Chronicles, if you're not familiar with, there's only been one of the movies, not the Book of Three. What was the Black Cauldron? Was an animated film by Disney. It was the second book of that series.
Let's see. I have not read Manifest Destiny.
That's a good one. You didn't have to read it in school?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Like, is it about the Manifest Destiny? Like,
spoilers.
As in, like, America and colonization stuff? Is it?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay, thank you. My favorite writer has always been Alan Moore. So can I get your opinion on your top 5 Alan Moore comics?
Whoa, hard questions today. Chronic, what calls in Narnia? You remember that song?
Yes.
That's you, dude. You were so hyped about.
What?
We need to watch that because you love Narnia so much. They're hype about seeing the movie.
Oh yeah. Actually, I didn't really dig the movie.
Okay, favorite writer that has always been Alan Moore. You're my top 5. All right. Well, it's got to be. Oh my gosh, Swamp Thing. Without Swamp Thing, we would not have Sandman. We wouldn't have the Vertigo universe without Swamp Thing. Miracle Man. Marble Man. If you were growing up at the time.
I like Swamp Thing.
I gotta go with The Killing Joke. I love The Killing Joke, and I know some people have issues with it, and I completely respect that. But I love The Killing Joke. I think it's one of the best Batman / Joker stories ever. Oh boy, this is where it gets hard because there's a lot of other ones that I really liked. The last time I read V for Vendetta was this year. I've read it 3 times. I did not like it at all the first 2 times, but the third time it really hit me. Of course, I'm in my 40s now, and I was like a teenager when I first read it, and 27 when I read it the second time. So maybe that one, but maybe no. League is a lot of fun. No, you know what? I choose top 10 over League. I like top 10 a lot. Oh boy, From Hell or
I think
dude, this is so difficult because the next one I want to say Tom Strong maybe over From Hell and over League though. Over Captain Britain for sure. Definitely over Lost Girls. Or what was I didn't like his other new book too that he did. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I take this so serious.
No,
yes. That okay.
I'm
gonna
laughing
go with Tom
because
Strong.
it started to sound like you were just talking to yourself.
I am talking to myself, and I'm also judging myself. I'm like, why would I do that? Why would I put that? There's my final answer. Thank you for the hard questions. Whew, I take those way too seriously. When are we getting a new manga tour? Thank you so much for the super chat. Our basement is being finished. That operation starts in October, so it's a bit of a mess right now down here. So once that's finished, maybe in November I can film it, and my buddy Christian's gonna help me film it. So I'm very much looking forward to that, to doing it because I know I didn't do one last year, and I need to do a book tour as well. So I've been doing an X-Men reading. Thank you so much, Tella. I'm gonna call you Tella from now on.
So I've been doing an X-Men reading order up until Age of Apocalypse. However, I may still read select storylines after that. What, in your opinion, are the best X-Men storylines post Age of Apocalypse? So late 90s until right now. And I'm
oh my gosh,
video play.
There are a lot of good ones. New X-Men by Grant Morrison, Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon, House and Powers of X. One of the most underrated series is X-Men Legacy by Mike Carey. Oh gosh, that doesn't get enough respect.
My favorite's Astonishing.
I also think the X-Force era of Colin Yost, the Messiah trilogy, that stuff is brilliantly done. Kieran Gillen's original run on X-Men was phenomenal. Yeah, so those are some of my favorite ones. Now, out of those, the only ones in omnibus format are New X-Men and Astonishing X-Men, though. So,
thank you for the super chat. When will you review Penguin Classics, Avengers, and X-Men?
Maybe in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I haven't gotten them yet. Those are really cool collections. So your background is a green screen then. Yes, all of this is fake. This is all filmed on a green screen.
Oh, man. This is totally not a spoiler because it's the first
No, wait. What are you going to spoil? Because that is top 10 best moments on any X-Men comic.
Okay, never mind.
Like,
then.
That is top 10 best moment. Yeah, I know. But the beauty of that is the issue before that. And then when you see those words, you're like, all right, never mind. Dude.
Okay. No, I get what you're saying. I listened. I get what you're saying. All right, never mind. Anyway.
It comes right after.
Cool happens.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so good. House of M, people seem to really like that one.
Modern era epics for Wolverine will begin with Rucka? ? How about for Final Fantasy?
Fantastic Four, baby.
How about for Fantastic Four? Thanks.
Fantastic Four, I think the right place to start that would be the Claremont relaunch of Heroes Return. I don't see them doing Heroes Reborn as part of the set, but I don't know. They may. Yeah, the Greg Rucka Wolverine, I think, would make the most sense.
When you did a book tour a few years back, you mentioned one day doing a toy collection video. With your recent visit to Omnidog's vault and his toys on display, they were so nice. Any chance we'll get one in 2023? Man, my voice went low. They're so nice.
If I do a toy video, like a action figure of all my stuff, because I mean, there's stuff in there that I don't think anybody would dig. Like, I got some obscure stuff that I like giant Messenger Z robots and stuff. Like, if I do one, I'll probably put it on Patreon because I don't want to mess up the YouTube algorithm. Because you have a channel about collected editions, and then you throw a toy thing in there, and the YouTube algorithm's like, "Well, this is stupid." Yeah, so I'll probably put it on Patreon if I do a video on toys.
Do you think one day the big two will change their single issue release model since it is kind of outdated? Do you think they would move to the European graphic novel model?
This is an excellent question.
Good job, Robin.
And I've answered this before. I hope not. So there's two reasons why, Rob. Number one, I worry about the creators. Creators that write for the big two live paycheck to paycheck if they don't have a contract. So if you're talking about writing monthly issues, that's paycheck to paycheck, right? Graphic novel sales don't kick in until later. So if you're writing, say, 4 graphic novels a year, that's a nightmare waiting on paychecks. That would destroy a lot of these people that are writing monthly issues. Not everybody can be Tom King. Not everybody can be Hickman. Not everybody gets a contract, right? They're work for hire. So it would be impossible for them. Now, the loophole that I've heard about that is also like, well, they can print them digitally and then just give us graphic novels, right? That's another problem is they don't get as much of a kickback from digital sales as they do physical comics. I don't know if it's a contract thing or the sales are just different. But that's my thoughts on why I don't want that to happen. As much as I like him, and I think like Ed Brubaker has gone that route, right? But he can because he's Ed Brubaker. He's grown a huge following. So now they're doing like those hardcovers releases of Criminal and all that him and Sean Phillips are working on. But not everybody has that big name following. So that's why I don't want single issues to end. Plus, on top of that, it would destroy comic book stores. Comic book stores really rely on single issue sales sometimes. And as much as I hate them, you all know what I'm about to say. Sometimes these variant covers keep some of these comic book stores alive. So
I love variant covers.
yeah, so that's my answer. And thank you so much. I look young. Thank you. I don't feel it sometimes. My shoulder right now is bothering me, but thank you. Order the First Kingdom because of your book. Oh, dude.
Thank you for the super
Speaking
chat.
of dense reads, I hope you enjoy it, though. It is beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely. I love the First Kingdom.
And Alex was asking your opinion about Watchmen because you didn't include it. Because you've never really been that big of a fan.
Watchmen is up there.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think it was because I was way overthinking it. Because I was thinking, where am I going to put Watchmen? That definitely belongs there.
Oh, okay.
So I went with like Tom Strong, and I was thinking, so I may do a video on my favorite top 10 favorite Alan Moore stories. And countdown. Yeah, Watchmen would be up there. Are there any plans to replace the epic lines as they end up completed? Cap seems to be nearing the end of the new content. My brother, that's why they decided to do the modern epic runs, right? Modern epics. And I remember I said this when I got to announce them. I was like, now it gives them a reason to rebrand them 10 years later. Modern epics will now be called epics with a legacy number on them. It's smart if you think about it.
Thank you so much, Brian, for the super
chat. Thank you for
the
super chat.
And yes, you will be destroyed by Pride of Baghdad. Good job picking it up.
Oh, yeah, totally,
good job, Adrian.
if you like animals, dude, that one, we three. Whew. It's not the age, Omar. It's the mileage.
Jeff,
Trust
thank
me.
you for
thank you, my brother.
Thank you for the super chat. Ting. That's the Batman team. That's the Batman team.
A video on top 10. We already got that. Top 10, Alan Moore. I think when somebody made that same joke on my video of top 10 by Alan Moore.
Gotcha.
Comic shops are sometimes the only places you can find some collected editions. Absolutely. There's my buddy Lionheart.
Hey, what's up? Just landed in Vegas for vacation. I'm going to watch the replay later on when I get myself settled.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, have fun.
Take care of those hands, man.
Eat some good food.
Don't go breaking them hands either, because I know you're a video game guy. Near me condition, has Shadow Cat and Jubilee ever had adventures or moments together in comics? I always felt like the two would make a winning combo together as a team. One of the moments they had together is a beautiful, beautiful moment in issue 303 of Uncanny X-Men. And I can't spoil why, because it is a heartbreaking moment, but it's a beautiful moment between both characters. Just read that single issue. You don't need to read anything else.
That's a good question.
But that is a wonderful question. And you don't really see them a lot together, right? They're both kind of like the proteges of Wolverine. And you don't see them together that often. So, but that issue 303 is a classic one.
Cody is saying that, yeah, that was a great issue.
I think I got the number right, 303. Because it was right before the Fatal Attractions. Do you wish World War Hulk would get a do-over, as the original doesn't have Cap and Thor in it, as they were off the board? Would have loved to have seen how they have done things. Oh, if they were involved. Oh yeah, in about 7 years' time, I'm sure there will be another World War Hulk, right? Or World War Hulks, or World War She-Hulk. Although I think we've had that already. Yeah, every 7 years, yeah. Mask of the Phantoms looks great in 4K. Oh, I can't wait to get that. I love that movie. Best Batman movie ever.
Josh, thank you for taking up the bar's weekly question for comparing me to food that the mom is making. Her mom's making. It's my hot, cheesy, spicy chicken enchilada Melanie we were here this week. So
I'm the hot, cheesy, spicy enchilada in the relationship.
Earth. Published by Ahoy Comics and Deadpool and Company. Deadpool Minibus Volume 0. Something else.
One Piece 23.
Yeah. And
but you've read that before.
I guess that's it. Oh man, I've been really busy this week. Why, during parent-teacher conference night on Thursday, for a whole hour, it was nonstop. Last year, there was only like 2 people that came. They were all like waiting outside the door. Well, they didn't come to see me.
I was saying,
personally,
we still alive. That's all that matters. As a fan of Spider-Man, I have to say this. Nice t-shirt, Melanie.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
With a great state comes great responsibility. You too can get your state, I believe, if you go to, what is it? What's it say?
It is TCT. So, oh my gosh, TCT. TEESEE T-E-E.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Kind of confusing. Wait, so thank you for the super chat, Brian. So will they be phasing out the classic epics with moderns as they run out of new content instead of filling those slots? Marvel is bullying me. No. What I'm saying is that let's use Captain America as an example. So Captain America will, one day finish the classic line, and then you'll have the chance to collect the more modern stuff with the modern epic line. My joke was, you'll have that modern, let's say Captain America ends with volume 28. That's the last Captain America epic collection, right? The classic run. And then the next book is the Heroes Return Captain America, just using that as an example. But let's say the new modern epic collection starts with something like Ed Brubaker will become volume 1. I'm saying, my joke was 10 years down the road, they'll rebrand that Captain America modern epic collection volume 1 to Captain America Epic Collection Volume 31. So then you have to make the decision. Do I really want all my books to look the same on the shelf and rebuy this book that I bought 10 years ago? And you can justify it like that. So that was my joke. I'm struggling to complete one book this month. Melanie considers that many books less.
Well, but then I started reading and flipped through. So when I say like I read Deadpool and Company, that's a huge Omni. No, I read some of it and then stopped. So and I was flipping through. But that does remind me that on, so not tomorrow, but next week on Sunday, we have a book club meeting. If you're part of the Patreon.
Oh, next Sunday?
The $7, let me double check.
I thought it was this Sunday.
Nope.
Okay.
24th, September 24th, $7.77 tier. And we are reading Craven's Last Hunt because I wanted a Spidey book.
How does the reading schedule look like in a day? First thing I do in the morning is exercise.
Look, like Wolverine, he's exercising.
I do cardio and I lift. And then, I don't do it every day. I take days off too because, oh my gosh, I'm getting older and it's not as easy to get back into cardio as it was in my 20s. Then I come home, take a shower, and read outside because it's nice and sunny out there. And I love being outside. And I read a lot for a few hours, come downstairs, film, edit, read some more, post, maybe reply back to comments, read some more before my kids get home. My kids get home. We hang out for a little bit. And depending on what I do, I come back downstairs. Sometimes, by the way, I film 2 videos in a row. Like sometimes I film overviews, 2 videos in a row. Sometimes 3 if I'm crazy. And depending if I have a live stream, I'm like, well, I got to go ahead and film now. So sometimes I film in the afternoon. Oh, Melanie knows. Sometimes I film late at night, like at 10 o'clock at night. If it's something like an announcement from Titan or Marvel, they want me to change some things. But reading usually in the morning and then late at night after everybody's asleep. So that's what's going
on. The shirt you were wearing, somebody asked earlier what it says.
Oh, it says that's what I do.
I read comics and I know things. That's we're getting that for you a couple years ago. Let's see. Did 2 ads play? Just watch 2 ads for you. It's halftime score 14-3 to Wales.
Just watch 2 ads for you. Thank you so much.
Is it playing in?
So if it's playing in between, I have no control over that anymore. Like I don't know what YouTube is doing. Final Shadow, if you're still here, buddy, label this part YouTube changes. So coming in November, no matter who's doing a live stream, if you don't have YouTube Red, there might be some ads in between. And it's not for everybody. Some people will see a pop. I don't know what the heck they're doing.
Like in the middle of a live stream.
In the middle of a live stream.
An ad could pop up.
And they determine when.
And we can't.
And how long.
Turn it off. And
whether it's skippable or non-skippable. We have very little control now. So I don't know what to do. And they seem to know better because they're like, we will figure it out based on your algorithm. What works best, what ads to play. So that starts in November and it's everybody across the board. I'm pretty sure bigger channels will have more control. And I mean bigger channels, the people that have over 500,000 viewers, right? Or 500,000 subscribers. But it sucks because I like being in control. I don't like ads playing in the middle of my live stream. And now they choose when and where to put them. And like I said, it's mandatory starting in November and they're trying out things now. So I'm sorry. Bear with me. And I have no idea what ads are chosen either. What's up, Brian? How are you, my brother? Hope your grandpa's okay.
Yeah, hopefully. I I don't know. It
They
hasn't
may
started
change their
yet,
mind. It
and
might
they change
backfire
it.
on them. I really don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, my brother.
But that is annoying because
is.
it's different when it's live. You want to stay live if you're not rewatching. Like, you just want that experience. At least I do, of like being right there with them.
So hopefully
just like a few seconds behind.
Skippable
but then when you got the ads, you're like maybe 30 seconds or a minute behind. So our ad block.
Yeah, be careful where you get that too. As an IT guy, that's just old, like Game of Thrones, Tyrion's comic style shirt. Very cool. Oh yeah, absolutely right. That's what I do. I drink and I know things. Hey, buddy, what's upcoming in the best channel ever this week? Thank you, my brother.
Mark. Greeting, squinty-eyed face, purple heart.
Okay. So what's coming this week? Tomorrow is my overview of the Avengers Volume 4 reprint, along with the Batman One Bad Day. By the way, if you want to, don't forget and check out Amanda's review of Mother Nature. What happened was that video accidentally went live last week, and now it's drowned out by all the other videos, so I don't think people are seeing it. But she did a video. It just went live yesterday. And unfortunately, it's not at the top because, like I said, it's a mess. YouTube's a mess. But go and watch it if you haven't seen it. She did a really good job doing an overview or a review of Mother Nature hardcover. Okay, so back to what's coming out. Tonight, Melanie's going to post my little Batman short. I know some people hate shorts, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? And tomorrow is my overview of Avengers Volume 4 in the morning. In the evening or the afternoon will be Batman, the box set, the One Bad Day box set. Monday will be my overview of Avengers Omnibus Volume 5, your first look at Avengers Volume 5. And then in the afternoon, Sins of Sinister Volume 1, or the crossover. Tuesday is the Marvel trades, as well as the Old Reader, New Reader at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's live. Join Maddie and I and Amanda talking about Daredevil Born Again. Wednesday is my top 20 most wanted DC Omnis, along with mapping. Thursday is, I think it's one of the artist editions, if I'm not mistaken. I may put Hidden Gems on Friday or save that in for next Monday because I don't have an overview of any Omnis. There are no Marvel Omnis coming out the following week, the last week. So, oh, thank you for that, James. Yes, that's her. And hopefully, depending on the schedule, if Marvel lets me, I can do one announcement. I may not have a choice. Hey, Martin, it's up to Marvel. You know, they have to approve things and make sure that I can put things out. Really hope that Danny Ketch goes right. Jeez, man, me too, brother. As you saw, it's my #1 most wanted omnibus. Omar, where would you start reading Duck comics? So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. Get them while you can. But it is, to me, the epitome of the Duck comics. So reading everything after that, it's kind of like, oh, this is good, but it's not Life and Times of Uncle Scrooge good. But they're good. Now I feel less bullied.
Well, wait, because this is on topic. That at Baltimore Con, people did recognize Omar, and he's been recognized at other cons. And we were waiting to talk to Don Rosa, and the gentleman who was getting his Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. What's the edition called?
The big deluxe edition from
signed from Don Rosa. Was sitting there talking with Don as we were waiting, and he told Omar that he got the book because of Omar.
My overview, yeah. And then Don looked up at me. He's like, well, hey, Omar, what can I do for you? And that's how he sounds, right? He's great. I love Don Rosa.
Brian, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so sorry that
well, now that I feel less bullied, rank
waiting and then forgot
in order of likelihood to get classic epics. Cable, Alpha Flight 2099, Gambit, Cap Marvel, New Warriors. Well, I know of one that was supposed to be out 2 years ago, or along with these modern epics. I was supposed to announce it 2 years ago. That's how long they've been in the works. It was New Warriors, but that's okay. We can wait. So I'm going to go with Alpha Flight. Honestly surprised that we haven't had an Alpha Flight epic collection. It's a double-edged sword. But that's my final answer. Oh, rank them. Alpha Flight, then Cable.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here, let me go back. That's what I was waiting.
Okay, so Alpha Flight first, then Cable. and then Cat Marvel, then 2099. And New Warriors, I'm sure, will come out. And then the last one will be Gambit.
No one's recognized him.
At the zoo.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's
At
right.
the
At the
zoo.
zoo. Somebody. One time. Yeah.
He recognized my voice. That was really sweet.
And then, of course, our first trip to Japan. Somebody recognized you as Peruvian.
That doesn't count.
Still, that's awesome.
Somebody recognized me at a toy store. That was really cool. He got my picture. Remember? That was really sweet.
Amanda's review was great. The bloopers at the end were hilarious.
Yeah,
and that's totally me
up.
too. When I do a video, I'm like rewording things or re-saying them over and over. Let's see. We have a question from Mike. Does the Immortal Hulk OHCs have the variant covers in full page form as opposed to the Omni having a bunch of them in thumbnails? Wonder if I should get OHCs for full page look at the variants.
Not all of them. Some of them are thumbnails too. So, yeah.
Gotta get the okay from Big Daddy DJ.
Yeah, I can wait. And it's up to the legal team and it's up to Marvel. There's definitely one that I have to wait for 2 parties to approve, but we'll see. But I haven't filmed any yet. That's just coming out clean. I haven't filmed any yet. I'm just waiting for. Usually the way it works is they send me some covers, they wait for variants, and then I get the content, and then I film. Then David approves. Then legal has to approve. In some cases, 2 legal teams have to approve. People have asked me, is it weird that I have lawyers watching my videos? And I'm like, I always wonder what they think. Like some guy in his basement going like, let me tell you about X-Men, dudes. It's happening. Finally. They're like, oh my gosh, what a nerd. Approve. Or no, but sometimes they're like, the most minute things have to be changed. Like, can you talk less about this and focus on this? Sure. And they have their reasons, and I can't really say why, but it all has to do with legal reasons. Heading out now, my brother and sister, to go volunteer at a community theater show this afternoon. Catch you all next week. Much love to you and the girls. Stay geeky, everybody. Much love to you, my brother.
That's how I used to sign off about heroes. Stay geeky. And then I changed it to stay minty for near mint. I kind of wish I still said stay geeky though, guys. No offense. Oh no. I want to change. I want to say stay geeky now. Oh man. Okay. I got recognized in jail. What?
By who? Your parole officer or your mom? Hi, Omar and Melanie.
Love you both. Thank you. Do you guys think we'll have a reprint of Mazzucchelli's
Daredevil Artist Edition? I saw it for sale for $300 in Baltimore, and I was like, nope. They sometimes reprint those, not all the time, but sometimes they reprint them. I think that one will definitely. That's one of the most popular ones, but one of their best-selling ones.
Which Mark's Christmas story is the one you really like? Christmas on Bear Mountain or Christmas in Duckburg?
Oh, Christmas on Bear Mountain that's an easy choice, right? Because that is the appearance of Uncle Grouchy Scrooge, too. He's like an old man. But I love the way he brings it back to life in times, and that brings a tear to my eye. I love it, man. It's so good. He just stands up out of his chair. He's like, I'll show you, old. I'm ready for more adventures. Oh, my gosh. It's so brilliant.
All right. Best stores.
Oh, no.
Spirited Away.
Totoro. What is wrong with you?
Kiki, Cat Returns, Whisper of the Heart.
I got this.
Okay, what's your best?
Whisper of the Heart. Followed by Totoro, because that is something special in the family. My daughters, my wife, all of us love it. Now, of course,
I agree with you, but I'm putting Totoro first and then Whisper of the Heart.
You're dead to me.
Okay, wow.
So, and also these are all.
I'm sorry, that shows my children over you.
With the Japanese.
Because Totoro's for the kids, right? Whisper of the Heart is for you.
No offense to the English folks, but I love the Japanese language, and that's how I have to watch them. Followed by
for me, Spirited Away.
Castle in Laputa, followed by Kiki. Cat Returns is last.
Okay, so for me, Totoro, Whisper of the Heart, Spirited Away.
Mm-hmm. Totoro's special though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Totoro, I'm choosing because of the girls.
Well, I chose.
And you chose Whisper of the Heart because of me?
No, not you. My hypothetical girlfriend that I had. That's what you get for choosing the wrong movie.
Oh, wait. Kiki.
Best and worst of
Castle in
children.
the Sky. Cat Returns.
Yeah, Cat Returns is last. Not that it is a bad movie.
It's just because it's the story.
It's the story
that she
within
wrote.
the story.
Whisper of the Heart. The character wrote The Cat Returns. That's the story that she wrote, based on the Baron that Omar got me.
I did. I got you Baron's upstairs right now.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Oh my goodness.
All right, so best and worst. Your children.
I'm gonna flip you off. Don't you even ask that question, Kyle the Mighty.
I guess you don't want me to answer that.
Do not incur a mother's wrath.
I guess, do I answer or not answer?
Don't you either.
You know, you're a 4th degree black belt. You do realize you could kill me.
No. I could never
That's
kill
right.
you, baby.
Because I could
never
out-muscle
kill
you.
Baby.
Okay. That was live and weird. Ringmaster, hot take. The English dubs for Studio Ghibli are great, and I prefer them. And that's cool if that's the way you watch them. And I'm not one of these subtitles are the best way to watch it. I'm not one of those guys. We grew up in a generation where we didn't have a choice. We had nothing but dubs.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop, English dub, all the way, baby.
and I didn't even see the English dub first. I saw the Japanese dub first.
English Fox and English dub of My Neighbor Totoro. I found it better than Disney's dub.
I agree. The English dub. This is really sad, but that young girl. You're not.
Okay.
It's weird to be talking about this because you were laughing.
All right, go ahead.
But the young little girl that was in that version of Totoro, she was the same girl that was in. Oh man, I'm gonna bring the mood down. But this is a sad story. She was this little girl that was in the All Dogs Go to Heaven and The Land Before Time. And she was murdered by her father.
Yeah.
So those movies, the All Dogs Go to Heaven is the one that's dedicated to her, but she was in that. She was also in that Totoro dubbing. And her voice is so adorable. She's the one that played Ducky too in Land Before Time. Yeah. And I remember finding that story so atrocious. Like, what is wrong with people on this planet? Like, how? Why? Like, yeah.
If one of those two Omnis was going to come out and you had to choose which, would you choose Superman by Bendis or Alf?
Superman by Bendis. He's a good guy.
Oh my goodness, you guys. We got our picture taken with Bendis, and I attended 2 panels. 3. Oh my gosh, was he in every single panel? No. 2. I really enjoyed listening to him talk and how just his answers. What am I trying to say? That no, like Omar and I don't connect with a lot of his stories, but as just his attitude about writing and such, like I was like, wow, that is amazing. And he asked this kid who was dressed as Miles to like if he could have his picture taken with him. And then what did the kid do? You saw it?
I thought I shared that story already.
Okay, well, you can say it again.
Oh, he was freaking out when he realized it was Bendis. So Bendis asked the kid that was dressed as Miles if he can get a picture with him. Because, it's Miles. And the kid was like, yeah, absolutely. And then he realized it was Bendis. And he was like, oh my gosh, you created Miles Morales.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay, it's nice like guy. Fuzzy, but yeah.
Hey, Omar, if you had to pick one. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring the mood down. I just feel like not a lot of people know that story. And it's a horrible story. But hearing her voice, especially in that Totoro Fox dub, always reminds me of that. Hey, Omar, if you had to pick one, Sandman and Swamp Thing, which would you pick? To read first? Swamp Thing, then Sandman. To read, if you just had one, Sandman. It was life-changing for me. I love that book. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Sandman. Okay, so
yeah, that's not.
There was.
If you want to read what happened, just read Hamza's thing.
Bendis is short. I mean, Omar is like 35.
Are we short shaming now? Is this what we're
down,
Josh, to do?
You said new announcements are coming.
Yes.
Are they Silver Age reprints and new Omnis?
Maybe. Yes, some Silver Age reprints and lots of new Omnis for everybody. Modern. Classic. No Golden Age, though. I'm sorry for you people that like the Golden Age. Maybe DC will have some.
Top 5 new 52 books. Ooh,
I'm going to make that into a video.
Oh, well, there you go. Really good question, Sam.
That's a good question.
Okay, there you go.
Somebody else has asked me about that one. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll need to make a new video. I'll rank the 52 titles released. Oh my gosh, that would be such a pain. Because remember, that's why they called it the new. One of the things, the gimmicky thing was release 52 titles.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
Did they actually release 52?
The first, yeah, some were canceled within 6 months.
But they did, yeah. Let's see. Sandman also has some continuity bits with the more Swamp Thing. Another reason to read.
Swamp Thing. Oh, yes. Because of the Crow. What's his name?
Yeah. Matthew.
Yeah. There are connections. I couldn't remember what the name of the bird was. The Crow.
Yes, and I remembered. New 52 was great for me as a returning reader.
Yeah. I mean, it opened the door for a lot of people to start reading comics. Like, DC Comics was more accessible because of the New 52. You weren't bogged down by continuity, with the exception of some characters like Batman. 4 minutes left. There were so many terrible that I can agree with. And also,
when you have to put out 50 too.
Some we knew were gonna be canceled immediately. We were like, what? No, this doesn't stick. Some surprisingly good ones. Like, nobody was talking or reading New Superman or Frankenstein, and those titles were great. Well, maybe some of you all were, but nobody was talking about it.
Speaking of Wolvie, Hugh Jackman is separated. Crazy times we live in. What do you mean? Like,
he's separated from his wife? Or from reality? Craig, I need more info. Where are you?
Wait,
Josh's channeling is in her bar today. She's rubbing off on him. There are more than a handful of New 52 titles that were really good. Oh, yes, there were some great New 52
New 52
titles.
Justice League was fun.
I think it was great. Oh, he's divorcing after 27 years. My goodness.
Oh, that's a shame.
27 years? Why not just write it out, man?
Well, you don't know. You're not in his situation.
I'm not in his situation. You're absolutely right. Don't write it out, Hugh Jackman.
You don't know. You're not in his situation.
Hugh Jackman, hashtag don't write it out. You know what? Hashtag I'm staying out of it. There. That's hashtag I'm staying out of it.
Thank you.
Hashtag none of my business. Hashtag I'm sorry, Hugh Jackman. He's going to be like, who is this guy that keeps tagging like hashtags my name?
Have a great day, Omar. May you and Melanie have a great weekend.
Thank you, Earl.
More DC 60s reprints.
I think those will come. I mean, we're getting Golden Age reprints, and we're getting some Batman in from the Silver Age. So I think those will come. Just finished New Flash 52. It was okay, but my favorites have to be Batman, Justice League, Batwoman, New Superman, and Justice League. Justice League Dark, solid too. So glad we're getting a continuation of that from the Rebirth era. And I was one of the few people that read the Mr. Terrific, and I love the Terrifics too, Joe. Those are great. Mr. Terrific is one of my favorite characters because of JSA by Jeff Johns. It's easy to get into new DC stuff. They only relaunch their comics at #1 every couple of years. Marvel has already relaunched something at #1 3 times during this stream. What was the one that they were doing? Rainbow Rowell's She-Hulk is being relaunched to Sensational She-Hulk, and it's the same creative team. I don't know why they're doing that. I really thought they would continue writing or putting out the same book.
Let's see. Kane, thank you for asking. Actually, Josh asked earlier, but he did the indirect way. So, Kane, you're asking the direct way. What am I reading? I flipped through and skimmed Deadpool and Company and Deadpool Minibus Volume 0, and one others that I can't remember. The Wrong Earth by Ahoy Comics, and
who's the writer?
One Piece. Tom Payer?
Payer? Maybe that's how you say his name.
Payer?
Peyer.
Oh, okay.
Tom Payer. He's a big writer at DC Comics. He's written some stuff for Marvel, but his home has been Ahoy Comics for the last few years. He has crazy hair. He's a cool guy.
Oh yeah, he does have crazy hair.
Every time I say that, he's a cool guy.
Well, I met him at a con. I said
a story will be released about him, and they're gonna be like, Omar thinks he's a cool guy, and I'm like, but I said that before I knew about this bad story about him. Anyway, let's get to some questions because we're about to end the stream. Number 1 is Illusion of a New Story with No Baggage. Oh yes, they renumbered the Mark Waid, Chris Samney Daredevil as well. That's right, they did. Favorite Swamp Thing series besides OG Wayne? I was talking to my friends Omnibus last night, and they reminded me of the whole Lane Wayne thing. Wayne, but I shared that story too about some guy getting signatures and meeting. He had a Swamp Thing signed by Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson, but he said, "I got this signed by Len." Len Wayne, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be like, that's cool, man, and a Bernie Wrightson signature too on top of that on his Swamp Thing. I really liked Brian K. Vaughan's run. I thought it was excellent. Jeff Lemire's run is solid.
Wrote Swamp Thing?
Yeah, it wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't a huge run, but it was a good run. And I'm a big fan of what Nancy Collins did for the run. I mean, to follow up Alan Moore, she did great.
Lil Wayne? Did
Lil Wayne? No, Lil Wayne.
Stone Cold or The Rock?
The Rock.
Yeah, jinx.
Omar, I heard you did an AMA last night on Patreon members, and a post about it showed up on Discord. I don't understand what are these newfangled words mean. Yeah, so we do have a Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel if you can do so, and not everybody can. So don't worry if you cannot, because you gotta buy comics, right? I get it. It starts at $1 a month. And there's different tiers. There's a $1 tier. $5 tier gets you like voting on old reader, new reader. You get written documentation, not writing documentation. $5 tier gets you early access to videos, access to our Discord, voting on the new reading order, which will be happening soon, I promise, after I wrap up Transformers, now that everything is out. And $7.77 tier, I have the Ask Me Anything for that. That's a lot of fun. People just ask me whatever they want to. Sometimes we get into crazy drawing things like Tina and I did last night. And then there's a $10 recognition tier.
She was on the AMA?
Mm-hmm. No. Hold on. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
$10 recognition tier, which gets you credits at the end of our videos. And then there's a $35 tier, which I think we have one slot opening up for that. And that's the one-on-ones consultation tier. Yeah, like a 30-minute tier for that. But thank you. Yeah. And thank you to our patrons.
Yes, thank you all
it's
so much.
It's a sometimes it's a pain to be doing just YouTube videos for a living, and it's like, oh my gosh, and especially when they change things. Gosh, I don't know where things are going to go with YouTube after this change. Is that it? Let's do 3 more questions because I'm having fun. Thanks Omar and Melanie for a brilliant chat. Have a great Batman day. Yeah, go out to the comic book store. Don't just buy Batman, buy comics. Oh, that's a good question. Best G.I. Joe member: Sergeant Slaughter, Ryu from Street Fighter, Rocky, Street Hawk, Matt Tracker from Mask, or Fridge. The Fridge. I remember sending away to get that figure. Oh, dude, I love Sergeant Slaughter. When Serpentor came on and made Sergeant Slaughter drop to his knees, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy has DNA of all like Genghis Khan and Napoleon, and he just dropped Sergeant Slaughter. The S got real. The S got real that day. But I gotta go with Sergeant Slaughter.
Ooh, interesting.
My Sergeant Slaughter answer.
How quickly do you expect Superman Space Age to get Deluxe Edition?
I'll say in about a year we'll hear something. It was a great read. I think it won did it win an Eisner? I think it won an Eisner, didn't it? Usually if it wins something, they rush it out.
I don't know. Lunch is something we call scrounging.
Yeah, I don't know what my lunch is going to be. I don't know what my lunch is going to be.
What's your favorite Batman issue?
Oh gosh, there's so many. Okay, so the one that I have to go with though is part of the Prodigal, is when he leaves Dick Grayson in charge of being Batman, and Dick is upset with him. He's like, "Why didn't you ask me to take over the mantle? You got some stranger, to play you, but you never came up to me and asked me." And he was like, "Because you're your own man. You were doing your own thing." But the way that he worded it, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Because they got into an argument, and then Bruce just says, but I guess that's just the way it always is between fathers and sons. Huh? And I was like, oh my gosh. Ooh. every time. I love it.
Did you get the vapors?
I get the manly eye sweat going on. But that is one of my favorite ones.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and go check out Omni Dog. He's live right now with books that fill our hearts with joy on the Comic Slayer channel.
Oh, Comic
Slayer. Thank you so much, James, for sharing that link.
So yeah, everybody, thank you for joining us. Hit that like button on the way out. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com, where you get books up to 50% off, and they have free shipping on your next order after your first one if you use the intermittent condition at checkout. And much love, everybody. Thank you all for making this possible. We'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. If you like shorts, they're there tonight. Not shorts, but YouTube shorts.
Stay minty.
Bye, everybody.